Good morning, everybody. Hello, Facebook. Hello, friends. I hope everyone is having a great Monday morning. Happy President's Day. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'd like to send a special thank you to my guest this morning. My special guest is the lawn crew that happens to be running on the same schedule as I am. They are just about 20 feet outside of the building I'm in, so I do apologize if there's any extra sound from my special guest this morning. So I wanted to take this opportunity to speak to you viewers about some savings tips. Now, there have been a lot of weather situations that Houstonians have overcome over the past couple of months. I think a lot of the world knows that we went through Hurricane Harvey, we went through a flood. Beyond that, we had a snow day, we had an ice day or two. It's been quite the experience here with our wild weather here in Houston. We're in Texas. Now, something I'd like to talk about today is the importance of savings. There are a lot of different tactics on how you go about with saving money. Some of us like to keep an envelope and make a little spot under the mattress to have our emergency savings money, which by all means, mattress money is a great way to just keep a little aside just in case you may need it. Something I like to do is tap into the laundry fund when I do laundry and find the coins and change that people have left in their pockets. That is what I consider my family's contribution to my savings. I love that one. I've got a little jar. My husband has a giant Zephyr Hills jar that he likes to put his spare change in, and every so often he turns that into cash to have a little bit of extra money for spending on things that he may need. And there are a little bit more dependable tactics when it comes to saving money, such as having a savings account. And I'll share something that happened with my family personally a couple of months ago. We experienced a broken leg in the family. Our 8-year-old is a Pee-wee football player, and in his very last game, at his Super Bowl game, he got an injury that ended up being a broken leg. He's just got out of his cast. He's fully recovered, thank goodness. But this is a life event that would have been much harder on us if we didn't have a little bit of money saved up to help us with this unplanned event. This was an event that ended up costing money we weren't prepared to spend. So having a savings account really helped us in this situation. Now, something I often do is speak about how technology can play into helping us in our everyday life. I'd like to speak today about the app that's called Clarity Money app. You can find this in the App Store, in the Google Play Store. I'm going to switch my camera here. There we go. We should see that beautiful blue and green hued Clarity Money app. One of my favorite things about this app is it has a demo mode, which means I don't have to share my personal bank information with my viewers. As much as I'd love to show off that I don't have a great, I don't have the healthiest bank account myself. I think a lot of Houstonians can relate to that. So I'm going to choose the try our demo option at the bottom. This is a nice way, if you download it yourself, it's a good introduction to the app without having to jump straight into putting your account information. When you sign up with this app, you will connect it to your bank account, which can be scary for some people, and I totally understand, but this is a pretty safe app. It's got great reviews, it's got a very strong history, and it does give you an option for a savings account, which is an FDIC Wells Fargo savings account. So it's backed pretty well, very secure over there. One thing I love is how this app opens, and the beginning, it starts with the weather, a greeting, and a beautiful inspiring message up top. This one happens to say, a journey of 1,000 miles just begin with one single step. That's a great way for us to set the tone of this discussion this morning. Now, as you can see, it would be great if my bank account looked this healthy. This is a great demo that it has here. Again, this is not my account. Now, we've got a quick view up top here of how much cash, how much credit debt is owed in there, and the investments that are made in this demo account. I'm going to scroll down all the way to the bottom just to get a view here of all of the options. There will be advertisements in this app. It is a free app, but it will offer you, if you need, there's options for credit cards should you need them, a couple of other apps, and they're not, you don't need to use them, but they are available to you should you find them useful. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here because this is my spotlight for today. One of my favorite features of the Clarity Money app is that it has a savings account option and a savings goal. I'm going to tap on the green Let's Do It under that little pink pig. There we go. So in here you can set a savings goal. I'm going to tap on the For a Nest Egg. You can see there's several preset options in here if you have a goal in mind. Rainy day, Houstonians, you know, we really have needed that recently. I'm going to scroll to the last option here of house. I am on a journey to become a homeowner, as many other Houstonians are, and this is a great way to help myself set money aside for when that day comes. I'll press the done button. Here we go. Now there is a choice of, currently it's set to $5 every Monday for a house. I'm going to tap on $5. You can see here you can change that amount. I'll keep it on 5, nice and modest. Every Monday I can go monthly instead of weekly. Here we go. I'm switching over to Friday. That's typically a payday, so we'll switch to that there. And I can choose from which of my accounts is that money, that $5, going to come from. This, again, this is a sample account. It's just a demo. This person, for example, has more than one account, so I can make the choice here. I'll go with this TD Premier Checking and choose the green Create Auto Saving at the bottom. And here's my confirmation. $5 will be withdrawn from the TD Premier Checking account every Friday. Okay, great. That's all set. So this brings me to the next part of this Clarity Money app I'd like to talk about. I've gone back to the main screen. There's an option here. This box says anything you'd like to cancel. I'm going to tap the Let's Take a Look. This is showing all of the subscriptions, the reoccurring payments that I have on here. Now, I think it's so easy today to sign up for a service that starts off with a free trial and you can cancel after 2 weeks if you no longer need the service, but goodness gracious, that is really hard to remember. 2 weeks or a month goes by and maybe you decided you don't really like the service and you forgot to cancel it. You can see most of these, well, not the first two, but the other three, they're pretty low. For example, Google, $10, Netflix, $10. That doesn't hurt too bad on the bank account. I don't really see it when that happens, but let's take Audible, for example. Had I signed up for that just wanting to try it and not ready to spend $16 a month on it, I sign up for the 30-day trial and I just forget to cancel the subscription. I start getting charged $16 a month and don't really realize it because it's such a small amount. This is a great way to get that bird's eye view and that reminder of, oh, I did sign up for that and I'm being charged for it. I just totally forgot about it. I'm going to choose the cancel. Now, I do love Audible. It's a great service. Let's just say it's not in my budget right now. Here's a nice, easy way to cancel it. And again, if you've signed up for something as a free trial and remember that, the free trial period has ended. I no longer want to use this service. This is a great way to find it out. Find out what do you subscribe to? What is charging you? And what are you no longer using? Great, I'm going to move back here to the main screen and just come up here. Acorns is another app I'll be talking about in a future Thrive Live, where I'll mention that just now. Acorns is another app that helps with savings account where it will round up your spending. For example, if you spend $5.50, that 50 cents it'll be rounded up to $6, and that extra 50 cents will be put into your Acorns savings account. I'll go into that in more detail in our next Thrive Live. Here's a great piece here. 10 days until next paycheck. Again, this is our demo, but that's a nice thing to see. When is my next payday? That's always a good thing. Now, I'm going to move back to my camera here. Hello again, everybody. So another service that Clarity offers, I haven't found it in the demo, but Clarity Money app does offer to negotiate bills for you. Should you have a bill that's reoccurring, for example, your internet or your cell phone plan, and you feel it might be a little too high, Clarity Money app does offer an option where they will negotiate down your payment. It doesn't always work, but if they are successful in lowering your bill, you get a ton of savings, but this is a paid service of Clarity Money app. They will take about 33%, it's 33% that they will take as commission, and you continue with those savings, whatever they've negotiated your bill down to. With that, I'd like to invite you viewers to come visit me if you're in the Houston area, or if you're not, send me a message. I am also helping with that. It's a free service with Easter Seals, and our Thrive program is I can help you with your budgeting plans. And if you need help negotiating down a bill or negotiating down a settlement of a debt you owe, I would love to help you with that. We are located inside the Loop in Houston. We're on the West Loop, kind of near 59. I will have the address and a link to schedule with me at the bottom of this video. So I would love to hear from you. If you can't make it in, I am being as flexible and as accessible as I can be, knowing that so many of us are still recovering from Harvey, and travel may not be the easiest thing. If you're far out, please let me know. I'd love to make arrangements to meet you in one of our outreach offices. We are all over the greater Houston area. And I'd like to thank everyone today. The biggest thanks to my special guest, the lawn crew, who thankfully has not been too noisy so far. Thank goodness. Thank you, lawn crew. I'd like to thank everyone who was able to view and comment. I really appreciate it. Let me know in these comments or message me or BridgingApps on what you'd like us to talk about next Thrive Live. This is our first episode of Thrive Live, which is presented by Easter Seals of Greater Houston. We are a proud partner of the United Way Thrive Initiative, where we are helping people become a little bit more financially stable, and hopefully we're guiding people towards their dreams of becoming a homeowner. If you are looking towards becoming a homeowner, if home ownership is in your plans, please reach out to us. We'd love to help and get you connected with our partners. There are so many resources here in Houston. And this live stream, our Thrive Live, is presented by BridgingApps, which is a very proud program of Easter Seals of Greater Houston. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. Let me know what you'd like to talk about next time. And if you want some help, if you need a better fit, if Clarity Money app is not the one for you, that's totally fine. There are so many apps that are out there. So if you want some help, let me know. I'd love to connect with you and make that right fit. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.